up, everybody?
Yo!
It's Average Pros time.
Average Pros time.
Pre-Monday Night Football.
Pre-Monday Night Football.
And what an exciting match.
I always feel bad when I say the word pre. Like something bad's going to come after that.
Yeah, because, I mean, I guess, you could have a baby, pre...
Me.
No, I was talking like if you go too quick.
Yeah, like...
Premature pleasure, then you might have a baby. Yeah. Just got to pull out.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Kind of like we did in Syria.
We pulled out of Syria.
Yeah. Anyways, enough politics.
We don't want to go too far.
Tonight, Monday Night Football. Come on.
Yes.
This is a big matchup.
San Francisco tonight, baby.
One of the most exciting
Seattle.
Monday Night Footballs this
in
season.
A while.
This season. You got the last undefeated team in the NFL, unless you want to count the reverse undefeated Cincinnati Bengals.
Whose streak ends first?
I don't know, because the Bengals will probably play a crappy AFC team. There's a lot of crappy AFC teams, guys.
Yeah, there is.
The NFC, though, is very competitive still.
So give me your pick right now, Kev. Who's tonight? Who you got?
So I'm torn because, part of me is I want Seattle to beat San Francisco to get them into a losing streak so that when we play them later this month in Green Bay, or Green Bay plays them in San Francisco, then maybe Green Bay's got a shot. I like Green Bay to be the number one seed in the NFC. Probably won't happen, but it'd be cool. Seattle's got an explosive offense, too, so there's a possibility of them doing it. On the other side, kind of don't like Seattle, and I'm starting San Francisco's defense on the fantasy team, and I'm really, really, really close to beating Ben this week, so I'd love to be able to put another one in the W column. So I'm going to pick San Francisco out of, emotions.
Yeah.
I think Seattle will win, though.
I'm going San Francisco. I think San Francisco wins. I think they've gone undefeated.
They got the Shermanator. They got Bosa plant flags.
And that's what I think.
They got Jimmy Garoppolo.
I think that's what puts them over.
Andrews.
I think that's what puts them over the edge. Is Sherman. Peace Sherman will all be wasted.
But San Francisco looked bad against Arizona last week.
Yeah, they did. But
I mean, I get it.
They have a down game and they still win.
Yeah, you're right.
I think they win, and I think tonight's the night that they get to stand in the NFC and beat their chest and say, come at us.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because then they'll have beaten everybody that matters. They've beaten everybody in their division.
Yep.
And some other hard teams, too. So.
And I have a little loyalty to Kyle Shanahan. We miss him in ATL. But ATL with the dub. Your boy called it last week.
He called 3 of them.
Yes, 3.
Right. You got LSU, and then you got
Minnesota. I called Minnesota over Penn State. Called LSU over Bama. Called the Falcons over the Saints.
Yeah.
I'll give you my 3 picks, what I think this upcoming week.
So college football looks like a freaking time bomb right now.
It looks like it's going to go down. Man, it's,
There's some nasty scenarios where you've got the top 4 that should consist of 1-loss teams.
That's right.
If certain things happen.
Yeah.
But we're going to dive into that actually a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's start with Georgia. Give me that scenario.
How about first we give what we think right now is the top 4 playoff.
Oh yeah.
If you had to rank at this moment,
the season ends
right now. Who's your top 4? We go 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1, I have to go
LSU.
Ohio State was number 1 last week.
And the reason why they're giving Ohio State is because of the type of wins. They're winning by 50 plus points in a game. They're beating their rival, but they're beating little teams.
Little teams
Maryland
like 76 to 13 or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, they're not huge deals.
So we both agree with number 1 is LSU.
And then Ohio State right after.
Ohio State's number 2.
Yeah, Ohio State has
Ohio State.
Yeah, I hate when people do
Don't
that.
you like the Sunday Night Football?
Go to the.
They were like Ohio State University.
Yeah, that
I
stuff's
don't care.
Okay, I get it. You don't go to Miami, Ohio.
I get it. That's cute.
Sense.
I remember when I had my first beer. Number 3. Who you going right now? Number 3.
Number 3. You got to get to Clemson because they're still undefeated. I get it. They haven't played a lot of talent. And then
4.
Do you want to give me your number 4? Because
are you
going all me first and then all you?
No. We're agreeing so far. 1, 2, 3. I agree. I go number 4 is Georgia.
okay, see, he throws a one-loss team in there already when there's other undefeateds. Not that the undefeateds are amazing or anything, I get it. But Minnesota did beat number 4, Penn State. So, and they moved them from, I think, 12th to 10th or 17th to 10th or whatever, maybe. But it's hard to give a one-loss team. And do you give it to Georgia because they had such a bad loss, whereas Alabama only lost to the number 2 ranked team in the nation? So do you give it to Alabama?
I think Alabama drops to 5.
But their loss was a loss to a better team that they scored a lot of points against.
But it's just strictly the timing of the loss. You know what I mean?
Right, but okay, so season ends and everything. The loss that they had was to the number 2 ranked team in the nation.
So the season,
but they scored a lot of points against them too. So
the season ends today.
Yeah,
that will put
Alabama number 4 because they had a much more competitive loss than UGA. I get UGA's.
But I'm just saying, like, so if the season ends right now, you would have an SEC championship that does not with no Alabama in it. You would have LSU.
Well, the SEC championship wouldn't happen if the season ended right now. You see what I'm saying? That's what the selection committee is going to look at it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Not considering games in the future, only games up to the point that have been completed.
So what was Georgia ranked last week?
Sixth. After Penn State and what was it? Ohio State, LSU, Alabama, Penn State, Clemson, Georgia. What they ranked? Yeah.
So Georgia, does Georgia move in your scenario at all? Do they go to 5?
Who did Georgia beat? Missouri?
But Penn State's out.
Yeah, I get it, but
they shut out Missouri though. It's an SEC team.
I get it. When Georgia was ranked 3rd and lost to the 47th ranked team, they moved to 10th, right?
Yeah.
That was effed up, wasn't it? So you think that the guy that lost to a team ranked higher than him moves back one spot is fair, right?
No, I do not.
You don't?
I think Georgia moves up at least one spot.
For beating Mizzou?
Yeah, but so you're saying Penn State doesn't drop at all?
No, Penn State drops.
What?
But I'm not saying that UGA fills its spot.
I'm just saying. I say Georgia. I'm asking you. You think Georgia moves from 6th anywhere else?
No, I think that Georgia probably stays the same for beating.
Stays at 6.
Yeah, maybe 5th. Maybe they moved to 5th. UGA. Yeah, I give UGA 5th. But UGA's got two tough matches up against them before the SEC championship.
So after UGA, who you got 6? Penn State still?
Are we on all 10?
No, we're just going top 6. Well, they rank top 6, like
oh, I got you.
The little on the little blackboard with the little thing. Because I would go Alabama 5th.
Okay, so that's where we differ.
Because strategically,
and then you can put my pick as UGA for
UGA.
And then
I go Minnesota 6.
What about Oregon?
No, they don't play anybody.
They lost to Auburn when they were ranked 7th, I think.
Yeah.
Or 11th or something. I don't know.
I would keep them out of the top 6. Still, me.
Utah lose yet?
But these teams,
I don't know. Pac-12 has explosive offense.
I get it.
That's where Gardner Minshew comes from. Pac-12.
But I get it. At the end of the day, they're not going to be in the top.
I get it. Who cares about the? Maybe put Minnesota up there.
I put 6. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
My top 5. My top 6. LSU 1, Ohio State 2, Clemson 3, Georgia 4, Bama 5, Minnesota 6.
And only where we differ is
Georgia, Alabama. We can swap.
Crazy scenarios though.
Yes. So let's talk about
LSU. Let's say they win their last couple games because they're playing like Mississippi State or Ole Miss and somebody else.
They play Ole Miss and then they have two.
It's nothing. It's
Tulane maybe.
Nothing.
Like that.
Nothing crazy.
Crazy.
So, but they get the SEC championship, lose to UGA.
Yeah.
Right. A one-loss team definitely deserves to be in the top 4, and then UGA by beating the number 1 team in the nation. Definitely needs to be in the top 4 as a one-loss team.
Yeah.
So that's 2 one-loss teams. One of them won their conference. One of them didn't win their conference. Alabama, a one-loss team at the time because maybe they went out and beat Auburn, right? And then that's another one-loss team in the SEC. That still maybe might deserve to be ranked at the top 4. That's a nutso scenario.
So there's a scenario that could potentially be Clemson and 3 SEC teams.
Yeah.
Because if you think about Ohio State, let's say they lose to
Penn State.
No, they beat Penn State, right? Let's say they lose to Michigan, who's not ranked in the top 10.
That'd be a nasty loss.
That'd be a nasty loss. They're ranked like 11th or 12th. They're not a bad team, but but they lose.
Yeah.
They lose. All right. So then you got a one-loss Ohio State team that hasn't really played. You got an SEC champ in Georgia with the one loss. You got to put them in. They have a conference championship.
Yep.
Right? And they beat LSU to get there. So you put them in. Clemson will be number one because they're undefeated.
And they're going to stay undefeated.
Yeah, they're going to stay. They don't play anybody. You know what I mean?
They're going to win their conference.
Yeah. So you get Clemson number one because they're staying undefeated. Then you go 2. With Georgia had to jump all the way 2, just like the year they beat Auburn in the SEC championship game to go to number 2. And so they would go to 2. 3, you'd have to put LSU because you can't take a number 1, drop them out of 4 because they lost in the conference championship game to one team that beat, and it's a close game, right?
Yeah.
So you go LSU 3. So then it comes down between Ohio State 1 loss or the resume of Alabama 1 loss, who is
to the best,
to the best team
best team at the time
in the nation.
when they played them. Yeah.
And
So that's a crazy scenario. It's definitely possible, but
it's definitely possible.
or what if Ohio State loses to Penn State? So let's say Ohio State wins out and they stay undefeated and whatever, and they're number 1, and let's just give Ohio State the number 1 position, and you have that scenario where it's LSU versus UGA, or if there's some crazy, insane upset of LSU between now and the SEC championship, does the SEC championship then go to Alabama, not because it'd go up against Alabama and LSU, which LSU won. So unless LSU lost 2 games.
So let me ask you this. So this is what Michael Steinberg.
Mike Steinberg, what does he say?
He called me a while ago on the phone. So he threw another scenario out at me. Let me ask you this, and I think this scenario is a crazy one. All right.
Georgia loses out, Florida wins out, gets in the SEC championship.
Georgia loses to Auburn this week,
Yeah.
but they beat Texas A&M. So we're in the SEC championship game, but then we beat LSU,
Yeah.
and we're the SEC championship game. 2 loss, we're not getting in the top 4.
I don't think so.
2 loss, even though you get a SEC championship game, you're the champs, you don't get in. So that means you couldn't put LSU and Alabama
can't.
above Georgia.
Yeah.
So I think that just cuts the whole SEC out, and that will give room to like a Minnesota or an Oregon.
Minnesota, Ohio State, Clemson. That would be 4 conferences instead of 3, because that's what it's been since they've changed. It's been 2 SEC teams every year,
And then 2 other conferences.
and some other conferences.
So then in that scenario, you go Ohio State 1, you would go Clemson 2, you would go Oregon
And
3, and then Minnesota 4.
yeah, and that would be
The worst top 4 ever.
nobody would watch it.
No.
Nobody would watch it. You'd have
But
Ohio-
that's a possibility. I love my Bulldogs, and I'm picking them to win this weekend, but I am nervous about it.
Oh yeah, that's a
We're
tough.
going to the Plains,
It's a tough matchup.
and I think Auburn's got the best. I'll tell you this. I tell you what's gonna help this whole scenario at the very end, because I think Alabama's gonna lose Auburn.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
Because I think it's going to be really hard for Auburn to lose 4 games in a season. And you got LSU, and you got Alabama. You got Coach Saban's the greatest coach of all time.
Absolutely.
But he's got to be able to coach these kids up. Because right now, roughly that's the end of their season last week.
Yeah, it was.
Because even if LSU gets beat,
I mean, there is a path to a championship for them, but it's probably not likely. It's insanely unlikely scenario that they have a path to
they have like
the
2
national championship.
They have 2 paths. One,
LSU
loses and
2
they-
games in a row, which
Yeah.
is super weird.
That's
probably
or
what
the
happened.
path that LSU beats Georgia handily in the SEC championship game, which is a possibility.
Yeah.
And then you sit,
Yeah.
the rankings stay the same, and you still got Bama right there at 5, or could argue to go to 4 like Georgia did, and then so they have but
And LSU Alabama played that game before. Was it the last BCS
yeah, gosh,
championship?
that was terrible. What were we, like 9-6 or something like all?
No. The regular season game was 9-6. LSU won, and then the national championship, Alabama didn't let LSU get past the 50-yard line.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that.
Yeah, they smoked them.
So
but that was everybody hated that.
crazy scenarios for the college football playoff.
Yeah, and there's some other scenarios where none of that stuff happens too, which is bizarro world.
It's just like Ohio State loses 2 games, Penn State, Michigan back to back. You got Clemson loses their ACC championship game against Virginia or whoever they play. Who do they play? Who's the
Um,
second best team in y'all's conference?
Man, I haven't been keeping track of it. Usually you got
North Carolina? Are they in y'all's conference?
Yeah, NC State, Duke, Wake Forest, Purdue, Penn, or not Penn, Pitt, Boston College. I mean, just a bunch of shitty teams.
God, that's a bad Yeah.
Hey, it's been good at times. They're good at basketball.
I think
They're all pretty good
Notre
at
Dame
basketball.
should be in that conference. They should add Notre Dame to the ACC.
Yeah, so Notre Dame is they're all about being independent, and they actually have one person on the selection committee that's like the athletic director of Notre Dame for some reason, because he represents the independents.
Yeah.
So like BYU and I think the
Chumps.
Army College is Army Navy.
So Oklahoma doesn't get back in.
No, there's no path for them to get. I mean, after losing K-State, they can't get in. And even if they win their conference, they're not going to get in. But one other little college football thing, went to the Troop Tigers regular season finale game the other night, and saw Gus Malzahn, coach of Auburn football, in the standing kind of by the end zone with like 20 cops around him, and like nobody could talk to him or anything like that, which is kind of shitty Gus, to be honest with you. Coach Gleason, got a shout out to him because even though Troop Tigers lost, he did cuss out some referees
That's what they
for
deserve.
some bad calls. Like I mean, like some serious finger pointing and some yelling and some screaming.
And we shout you out for inviting the Average Pros.
Yeah, invited us. He couldn't make it because his daughter was cheerleading for the Christian
another.
college, or Christian school, which won their playoff game.
Yeah, so they host a state championship game this Friday.
That's cool. They've been state championships
Once.
like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Cougars.
Hashtag LCS.
Yeah.
Lafayette Christian.
We're not talking about older ladies. They're attractive young guys.
not,
We're talking about
not those Cougars, but
Christian
the good
kids playing
Cougars.
football. So anyways,
I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna do my quick 3 picks. Who I think. So I'm gonna go San Francisco tonight.
yeah.
Dub. I'm gonna go Iowa over Minnesota. I don't think they. I think that helps the college football committee too. I think
That'll help them out a lot.
That's a burden off. And let's go Hawkeyes. We need you here.
Yeah.
We need you here hard. All right. They got UGA over Auburn.
Yeah.
I think Georgia's
They
defense.
probably will. Yeah.
I think Georgia's defense is the best it's been in a really, really long time. We've got to figure out what's going on with this offense. Cage being hurt scares me. We lost a couple offensive linemen. I think they all are clear to practice. But we'll get it going.
Just give the ball to Swift.
Yeah, just give it a Swift.
Yeah, Swifty.
Yeah, he keeps hitting the line. At some point he'll break through, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like fooling around for the first time.
Any other sports stuff exciting you these days?
Nope, nothing right now. Hawks keep losing, but John Collins is suspended for 25 games. So screw you, John Collins.
Yeah.
If you're gonna cheat,
Yeah.
cheat better.
Yeah. Just hide it better.
That's your fault,
When
bro.
you cheat, just hide it better.
And I don't like the excuse of like, I don't know what I was taking. You know what you're taking, bro. Own up to it, right? Like, if
I know what I'm taking. You know what you're taking.
Exactly.
Everyone knows what they're taking.
Yeah, we know.
Read the label.
That's what I didn't like about everybody that
Google
was on,
it.
Like, I don't like everybody about steroids. Like, why don't you just like Mark McGuire should have been like, hey, bro, yeah, I was juicing.
But see, Mark McGuire too. At the time, he could probably say there was no Google, so he probably could have said, "Ah, "Man, they just said it was a vitamin, and it had a weird name. I didn't know what it was."
And then I grew like 2 feet.
yeah,
and got, like,
I just thought it was a
18
really
pounds of
good
muscle.
ancient vitamin that the Mayans.
And then all of a
used
sudden I
to-
started hitting balls out of Fenway Park. I don't know, but yeah. Just own up to it. Like, yeah, I was juicing. So was Roger Clemens. All right, he was throwing the ball faster. I was hitting them harder.
and
Who
Sammy
cared?
didn't want to juice, so he was corking.
Yeah. And then he turned white. He corked too much. He got a little bit on the skin. Anyway, Coach Branch tomorrow?
Yeah, Donnie Branch, Coach Branch. We're gonna do a special edition, just like we did with Coach Gleason.
The GOAT.
Didn't he coach you
The
in high
goat.
school?
Yes.
Recent grandpapa.
This, you created it.
Hey, don't put that on his resume.
Hey, about 100 pounds lighter, but
Yeah, don't put that on his resume.
yeah, don't at all. No, but
That's it for tonight, though.
that's it
right?
for tonight.
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow, probably.
As always,
Average Pros out.
have a pros out.